Welcome to another episode of Technical Earth Syndicate, where we inspire, inform, and entertain you. I'm Michael Buffington.
I'm Chris Stewart.
And this is episode 23. All right. So this is the new year, right?
It is 2013.
2013. Yeah. Pretty good. How was your Christmas break?
Oh, it was great. Bought a whole lot of stuff on the Steam sale, so kind of recovering from that.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
I don't know. It wasn't too bad because I think we had like most of the games that went on sale we already had, so there were really only a few that we kind of had to get. You know?
Yeah, I picked up Dishonored and Hitman. And,
yeah.
You got me Demon, or was it Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Demon Souls. And that's about all we really got. Oh, and I bought Far Cry at the very end of the sale. I did it on some drunk binge. I was drinking that night, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy any video games. I told you that I shouldn't buy anything, and tell me not to buy Far Cry 3.
Yeah,
and
I tried to. I was like, don't do it. Bad. But I don't think it worked.
You were like, don't do it. No, tell me how it is. But yeah, that's pretty much all we really did for Christmas. We kind of just, we woke up and my daughter opened up all her crazy presents, and just kind of had a fun day. Watched Doctor Who all day. So
yeah, wife and I just got into Doctor Who ourselves, so we blame you for this.
Yes, blame everybody. Everyone should be converted. It's a good show. Well, anyway, on the overview of the show and topic attack, we have surprise, we're going to be doing a 2012 game review. Well, not really a game review, more of our top games of the year for us, anyway. And then also in Alan's Tech Corner, we got Nvidia Shield and GRID. So that's some pretty interesting news. They just announced that. I'm going to be doing a TES review with Little Inferno for the Wii U. And TES news is gaming and tech news.
Commencing Operation Topic Attack.
All right, well, this is kind of our little... I guess we could have done this on the last episode, but I don't think we even thought about doing it. What was our top games of 2012 that we played? And I'm going to go through kind of two lists of our top games. The first one being the top video games that came out in 2012 that we played that we thought, we'll give a number between 1 and 3, Yeah. 3 being the last one that we, yeah. But, we'll see how this goes. I don't know if you want to start out first. What was your game of the year, or your third best game of the year? Not your first one for the games of 2012.
Let's see. There's a lot of stuff that came out, but like not a whole lot of really big titles. I think probably gonna have to go with Mass Effect 3 for
as your top one
for
game of the year?
For number 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was a great game and all, but I don't know, just the whole. I don't know. I didn't really have a big problem with the original ending before the extended thing came out, but I don't know. It kind of did leave me a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't say bitter, but a lot of them were kind of the same. And then I don't know. Once they updated it with the extended ending, it made a little more sense. But I don't know. I think they could have done a little bit of a better job with explaining stuff in the end.
On the original ending,
yeah,
they definitely could have.
Yeah.
But that's why they did the extended ending. So,
but ending aside, like the rest of the game is amazing. It built on everything that was really good about Mass Effect 2 and just made it better.
So. Right. And that's your third top.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your? I'll go with my third top. I just beat it right before the end of the year, and I picked it up, and I listed this at the beginning of the show. Dishonored was a great game, and I know you didn't get a chance to play much of it before 2012 ended, but it hooked me. It hooked me on that stealth stealth game kind of aspect. And the last stealth game I really liked was last year was DayZ Human Revolution.
Yeah.
And I loved that game. I loved it, and not just because of the franchise behind it. I just loved being able to sneak and stealth your way through a whole game without getting detected and stuff like that. But as for Dishonored, it just had a great storyline. It was decently short, but it was I squeezed about 14 hours out of it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're around 14 hours, and I did everything pretty much. I maybe didn't get every little secret or whatever, but did all the main storyline. I did get the chaos ending of it, and apparently there's a chaos ending and then a neutral ending or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you don't kill anybody in the game and you get a better ending, I guess. So I think I got the bad ending. I'll still have to play it again, but that's my third top game of 2012 that came out in 2012.
Yeah, I'm going through without killing a whole bunch of people, so I'll let you know how the good ending is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, let's go with number 2 for you.
See, number 2, I'm gonna have to say was the downloadable game. Actually, it was Mark of the Ninja. So
Mark of the Ninja.
Yeah, this is a really good stealth game. I think probably the best I've played since the original Metal Gear Solid.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a damn good stealth game. I think it's the best use of light and shadows that I've seen since like the original Splinter Cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, original Splinter Cell dominated that back in the day.
Yeah. And just all the cool little ninja tools and what do you call it? Just like the ninja skills that you get and the combat. Like you don't really want to fight a whole bunch. Like mainly it's a stealth game, but just the controls are really tight and fluid at the same time. If it makes any sense.
You played on PC, right?
I did. I picked it up on during the Steam sale.
Did you use the controller or the keyboard and mouse?
I used the controller since it was originally an Xbox 360 game. For the
it was just a port.
Yeah, so it was a port of that, and it played really well on the controller, of course. I haven't tried it with the keyboard and mouse or anything, but
yeah. Well, those kind of like arcade-ish kind of games really feel better on a controller, honestly. So, well, I'm definitely wanting to check it out eventually. I just kind of ran out of time and money.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it though, even at full price, I would say.
Now, my number 2, and I don't know if you'll be surprised by this because a lot of people didn't really care for this game. I know you haven't played it yet, but I did a review on it earlier this summer, and it was Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 held the second best game in my opinion of this year for my playstyle. It was a good shooter. It was long. It was definitely longer than I actually anticipated. But if any of you guys want to go back, I forgot what episode it was, but I did a Max Payne 3 review on it, and it was pretty detailed anyway. But it was definitely one of the best games I've played this year. And if not, it was hard choosing my top one and this one because I really enjoyed this one. Rockstar did a phenomenal job telling the storyline of Max Payne, even though it wasn't written by the same guy that wrote the first 2 Max Paynes, which was Sam Lake. He did Alan Wake and Max Payne 1 and 2. So, yeah. And being a Rockstar game, you kind of worry that when they take over a franchise, which it was originally a Remedy game, I was worried that they were kind of going to screw it up. And Rockstar doesn't really screw up games, but since it wasn't their own, I was a little worried.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a worthwhile game, and especially if you're a big fan of like Max Payne and the first 2, it would probably be your game of the year for 2012 as well. If anything, if
I'm still working through the first game myself, so I'll get to it eventually.
All right, let's go with number 1 for you.
Number 1. It was a pretty tough decision because there was there were quite a few great games that came out in 2012, but I think my number 1 has got to be The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it won the Game of the Year on the Spike Awards, which, can't really hold that into too much. It
won Game of the Year from a lot of different sites, too, that actually voted it in. So
yeah. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the whole Walking Dead franchise. I burned through all the comics recently over the last couple of months, and you know the TV show is really great too. And you don't see a lot of like heavily story based games like this. Like I think the last one that came out was probably Heavy Rain was the most story oriented game like this.
Mm.
And then of course the other Telltale games, they had the Back to the Future and Jurassic Park, but you know, gameplay wise, it's you know it's a point and click adventure. So,
but it comes with a twist of like a little bit of action arcade into it as well.
Yeah,
you know,
there are
like
a few like really
like that, so.
Yeah, there's a few like really tense moments where you're gonna have to you know fight off a zombie with a hammer or something like that, and you know there's little stuff like that. But you know, most of the game is like I said, point and click, and so. You know, that might turn a lot of people off if they're not into those kind of games. But, you know, as a fan of, you know, The Walking Dead and, you know, heavy story-based games, it's, you know, definitely got to be my top choice for 2012.
Cool. Venture game gets top of the, you know, game of the year for you.
Yeah.
Now, me, you already said this was your third favorite, but Mass Effect was my number one favorite game of the year. And I vividly enjoyed this game from the first game through the third, and it was just a great experience, and I really connected with the main character, and I was playing the good story. Not I know what was it? Paragon. Yeah, you did Renegade, but we still got to play vice versa for each other because I want to know how you know your experience was playing Renegade compared to mine.
Yeah.
Now. I'll vouch for Alan as well, even though he's not with us anymore. He really enjoyed Mass Effect 3 as well. And, I mean, since that was one of the last games he finished, I think, right before, we both really liked it. And we were supposed to do a discussion on the podcast a while ago with you, and we didn't end up doing it, I guess, you know, talking about all the three endings and also the extra endings and stuff like that. And I thought all the endings kind of made sense when they actually added in the extended endings.
Yeah.
The normal endings were fine. I picked one of the endings, and it just kind of led me to just love the game. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't played it yet, but it was good endings for the extended cuts, honestly.
Yeah.
The standard ones were good too, and it felt like maybe all your choices in the game didn't completely make sense. It didn't equal out to the very ending, and that was probably my only, you know, problem with the game. Like everything you did from Mass Effect 1 through 3, some of the things you didn't actually show up in the ending, which was a little disappointing.
Yeah, that was my main gripe with the endings too. Like a lot of the stuff, like with the Ragnite Queen from Mass Effect 1, I think after 2, you don't hear about it ever again, and so.
Oh no, you do hear.
Do you?
She's in the Mass Effect 3. You didn't do that quest?
Oh well, you know what? On my Renegade character, I killed it, so I probably on my good character, I'll probably see it again. So
man, you get a lot more storyline on your good character, honestly. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it a lot more. I'm a goody two shoes in video games, but it was game of the year for me. It had a good multiplayer. It had, and that wasn't even something I was even worried about, honestly.
Yeah.
It had a really good gripping storyline, and all the naysayers saying they hated the ending or all the endings rather. I whatever, you know. I honestly don't know why a lot of people are griping. Maybe it's because the game actually ended. It ended the storyline, and maybe a lot of people have issues with the ending of the game, not getting to continue on with that character or whatever. Because, you know how games do it nowadays. They just kind of, we'll continue to bring back this character over and over and over again. It's just nonstop.
Yeah.
So I think it was mostly fan base that just didn't want it to end, and they just didn't want to admit it. But
yeah,
that's
that was
just
a
my
bit sad too. You never you get attached to your character, and over 3 games, over 100 hours worth of storyline. You don't really want it to end, but from the beginning, it was planned out as a trilogy. It has to have an ending. So
it was a beautiful ending, though, and I enjoyed it. And I if you didn't get to play it this year, and you listen to people that are saying it was a horrible game, don't listen to them. If you like Mass Effect, just go play it. It's a great game, honestly. If anything, you'll enjoy everything it's up maybe one of the endings or something. I don't know. Whatever.
So that's it for the all the games that came out in 2012, and we also have our top 3 games that came out maybe before 2012, but we didn't get to play them until last year, and so we're going to go through those as well.
All right. Do you want me to start off?
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess the top game, or not top game, the third top game that I played this year was Uncharted 1. I finally beat that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great game. It really was. I spent a lot of time on it. I played it last year a little bit. I didn't even get that far into it, and then finally I just kind of started ripping it apart at I guess it was before summertime. I just completely went into it and just played it, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Uncharted, and it was one of PlayStation 3's first launch games, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the first ones.
Yeah, so I actually got to play that. I enjoyed it. So that's my third top.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too. I still want to play the other 2, but I'm waiting for the the box set trilogy to come out because they have to do that someday. But
Maybe.
So my number 3, I think I'm gonna have to go with Dark Souls. Cause I know there was 2 versions of it that came out, but most of it I played in 2012, like right after it came out on the Xbox. So, yeah, just
Dark Souls.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Demon Souls and just that whole really brutal difficulty and just more of the same but better in a way.
Well, it actually kind of had a storyline with it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah,
but it's a great game.
You had to look for it, but it's definitely there. And then it came out with the Prepare to Die edition on the PC, and
which came out this year actually.
It did come out this year, but you do have to tweak with it a little bit to get it running properly because of From Software is not very proficient with PC porting, but once you get it working, it's amazing.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Dark Souls on my PS3. I think it was in August or something like that. I played a little bit more before I got the Prepare to Die edition just a few weeks ago, or a week ago rather. So my second game that I want to say was Metal Gear Solid 2. I got that last Christmas, and so didn't it come out like kind of near the end of the last year, 2011? Or last year, 2011. Yeah, I think it came out around there. And so I didn't really play it much. I got it for Christmas time, and so I played a bunch of it this year actually. And I'm halfway through 3. But Metal Gear Solid 2. Even though I've played that game multiple times, but the HD remastered version of it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'll still count that as one of my top games I've played this year because I guess I haven't really played too many of the older games.
Yeah. My number 2, I think I'm gonna go with Batman Arkham City.
Arkham City.
Yeah, I know you just recently beat it, but
I just beat it last night.
Yeah,
I beat it in 2013, so maybe we'll get this spiel next year.
Yeah, yeah, definitely like one of the best superhero games ever made, if not the best. Just the whole open world thing is just you wouldn't really expect it to work with with a game like Batman, but it works pretty well actually, and there's just there's just tons of stuff to do, like as opposed
there's almost too much to do.
Yeah, there really is. All the Riddler trophies and all the side missions, and I'm not even halfway done with all the side stuff, but yeah, just the gameplay, improved from Arkham Asylum, and
it was just so much bigger, and it was kind of like a free roam city. So
yeah,
I could agree with you on that one, but I can't because I didn't beat it in 2012. If I would have played it sooner, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, that story though, it was. If you haven't played it, you need to play it, especially if you're a big Batman fan, like the 2 of us are.
The ending was crazy. That's all I will say. It was the best comic book video game ending I've ever played.
Yeah.
But I think you and me can agree on our top one. If you're thinking the same thing, are you? Maybe.
I don't know.
It was a co-op game, right?
Resident Evil 5.
Was
No,
Chris,
no, it was
Chris.
that Tomb Raider game with the mine guy. Didn't we play that one last year? No.
Did we?
Saints Row the Third.
No. Saints Row the Third. That's what it is.
Oh man, yeah, that's
Chris and I have been working on this for a while since before summertime.
yeah.
Yeah, we bought it on PC for dirt cheap. I remember I was telling Chris one day, I was like, "Yo, Saints Row the Third is really cheap, dude. It's like $20." And then like a few Steam sales later, it's like $6 or something. I was pissed.
Yeah.
But no, Saints Row. We just actually recently beat it in December, didn't we? Yeah, we beat it a few weeks ago.
Ass into December, so
Yeah, we beat it before Christmas. I remember that, or maybe we beat it after. I don't remember. There was so much going on after Christmas. But Saints Row 3, it was awesome, and it's a shame to hear about what happened to THQ. They're closing, and they're trying to get saved, I guess, and have someone buy them out. But first thing I heard about THQ is they've been kind of going downhill this whole year.
yeah.
So, or 2012 rather, they've been going down hill all through 2012, and it's just been kind of like a rough year for THQ. So Saints Row 3 was like really wonky on PC. Sometimes we had lag issues every once in a while, but overall it was probably one of the best co-op experiences I've ever had in a game.
Yeah.
The missions in that game were insane.
Everything about the game is just over the top insane.
I mean, you can do pretty much anything you want. Customize your character, run around in cars, normal co-op stuff. You can do every mission with your buddy.
Yeah, I had my character looking like Deadpool the whole time, so I thought that was pretty fun.
I did some multiple characters. I had this Australian guy, and then I had this gangster-looking guy. It was pretty funny. So
yeah,
but yeah, overall, I mean, that game was probably my top of 2012 of the games that came out in 2011.
That
game came out in 2011,
late 2011, and then yeah.
But it was damn good. So what was your favorite part?
Oh man, there was just so much. I think my favorite part was the Tron level, like where we're running around like as you turn into a blow up doll at one point, and then you're a toilet, and just that whole level was ridiculous.
The toilet scene is funny, and then you turn into these gigantic mechs and start battling. It's pretty insane.
Yeah. And afterward, you get these little Mega Man busters too.
Oh yeah. My favorite part was probably the zombie level where you ran in. It was a very short level, which was a little depressing, but you got to run in and take out some zombies or whatever. You know me and zombies.
Yeah.
I love them. But that was pretty much it.
yeah, I've got to agree. That's probably my number one that we play too.
Yeah. At least it's co-op, right?
Yeah.
Got our top co-op one. Well, I'm expecting a good show this year for 2013. There's a lot scheduled, and I'm between the Wii U and some of these next gen titles that are going to be on PC, and some of these. Actually, I'm not excited for anything that's going to be on Xbox. I'm excited for one game that's going to be coming out on the PS3, and I think that's going to be what is it? It's by the makers of Heavy Rain. I forgot what it's called.
Shoot.
Talked about it on E3.
I think was it from that tech demo? Or was it something else?
It was an actual it was by the makers of the Heavy Rain games, and it was like a new game. Something to do with like Ghost or whatever. I was excited for that.
Oh, right. It had Ellen Page in it.
Yeah. I forgot the name though. I don't have to remember it.
Oh, it was Beyond Two Souls. That was the one.
Beyond Two Souls, and then Watch Dogs was another one. And then for this year, I'm looking forward to Pikmin 3 and Wonderful 101 for the Wii U. So.
Oh yeah, that superhero game.
Yeah. Now awesome. I haven't really seen too much, and they still have a lot to reveal this year. What's coming out? I mean, especially at E3. We'll see what's kind of coming out. But Far Cry 3 was the big one of last E3. That was what everyone was talking about.
Yeah.
And I think it did pretty good for 2012 for the most part. So, but 2012 really didn't have amazing games that just stuck out, and I'm hoping this year will be a lot better.
Yeah.
especially for the Wii U console, since we just forked over a bunch of money. I want more games, you know.
Well, I'm excited for a few games for this year, but I can't buy any of them until I beat all my games. Like I said on my New Year's resolution, I gotta beat a whole lot of games before I start buying new ones.
Let me guess. The number one is going to be Modern Warfare 27.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I'm really excited for the Metal Gear Rising or Vengeance. It looks a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that comes out this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think either next month or in March. I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty soon. But that one I'm looking forward to. The Last of Us looks like a lot of fun too.
Oh, The Last of Us. That's what I forgot. Yeah, I want. That's a PS3 title. Watch Dogs. I'm looking forward to. But
is Watch Dogs even coming out this year? I thought it was not really confirmed yet.
I think it might come out this year. I don't know. It wasn't really confirmed, but I have a feeling it's coming out on PC this year.
Yeah.
They said I heard rumors of it just being on PC until Xbox and Sony get a next gen console out or something.
Yeah, I think I heard they were wanting it for like they were shooting for third quarter of this year, and then they were talking about putting it on the next gen consoles like PS4 or whatever. So
let's hope it's on PC this year. I want to play it.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. You know.
Yeah.
But do you think they're gonna announce any new consoles like for Xbox or PS3?
I think
PS4?
Xbox will announce a new console. I don't think it's going to be coming out until next year. Honestly, 2014.
Yeah,
I just can't see it coming out at the end of the year.
I hope not.
mean, it took
after buying the Wii U, I can't afford a new console this year. I don't think so.
I can afford like some of these Android consoles coming out, like the Ouya. So,
Yeah.
but as for consoles coming out this year, Sony really hasn't gave any hardcore clues. They kind of have, but it's been all rumors. Everything's rumors, and that just tells me that no one's really ready. And we're probably not going to see anything until 2014, honestly. We're not going to see it because I think when Nintendo not launched, talked about the Wii U, it was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
And they finally came out with this year. And the same thing when the Xbox talked about Xbox 360, it was, a year before it came out, a little bit more,
Yeah.
So I just honestly don't, I think they will announce stuff. Maybe not Sony, but I think Xbox definitely will. So.
Yeah. I'm thinking they might go into a little bit more about whatever they're going to come out with their integrated Kinect and the other stuff that they were talking about.
Valve, and I'm not trying to turn this into another Valve show, guys. No. Valve is actually, I think this week or next week, they're supposed to be announcing their hardware for their little Steam. I don't want to call it Steambox because it's kind of stupid to call it that. The Valve system that they're going to be coming out with.
Yeah.
And it's already been confirmed to have, I'll talk about it in our news, but it's confirmed to have Linux on it. So
Yeah.
I think that will be announced big time, and we'll see what the possibilities of that coming out with. So
Yeah. I don't think Sony is going to really come out with anything big this year.
Dude, they're hurting so bad this year.
Yeah,
I
they
love
really
Sony
are.
games,
With the Vita and all that nonsense.
Yeah, the Vita. I really wanted the Vita, but I think it bombed pretty bad. And as I've been looking, there hasn't been any games coming out. I haven't seen any brand new spanking games that make everything appealing, to that system.
Yeah,
So,
like the main reason I want to get a Vita is because of, I think, one of the games I bought, the PlayStation All Stars, I have the crossplay with that because I bought the console version, and then there was the Uncharted game that's out on there, and Gravity Rush is supposed to be really good. But mainly I wanted to get like the more recent PSP games that have come out and play it on that, and so that's kind of sad.
well, you have to download them. You have to download them digitally if
Yeah.
you want to do that. Yeah, the Vita might get cheaper this year. Maybe they'll announce something cool for it. Who knows? But console gaming or handheld consoles aren't really doing too well, except for Nintendo's 3DS. That's the only one that's doing good right now.
Yeah.
So. But as far as console releases, I think we're going to have a few this year. But not releases, but I think at E3 they're going to talk about releasing them next year. Or I think the Steam one might come out this year, honestly. But that's just going to be a glorified PC, honestly.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes, but I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that's going to be coming out this year, and I hope enough developers get on, especially if Wii U. I hope to see a lot more from that than the other consoles, honestly.
Yeah.
We got God of War this year too, don't we?
Yeah.
The new God of War.
Yeah. The Ascension or whatever.
We'll see how that is.
Alan's Tech Corner.
All right. So some big news coming out from yesterday at the CES convention or whatever it's called.
Can I squeal like a girl?
Do it.
I don't know what the hell that was, but I am excited about this.
Oh man, I'm so excited. The Nvidia Shield just got unveiled yesterday.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty amazing. It's got a Tegra 4 processor and it's capable of 4K resolution to, TVs through HDMI.
Which aren't really even available right now, 4K resolution.
I think there's a couple of them.
There's a couple, but they're like freaking $10,000.
Yeah, it's just stupid amounts of money. But yeah, it can do that. And it's got a 33 watt hour battery, which is capable of 5 to 10 hours of gaming on the screen.
Oh, wow.
And up to 24 hours of HD video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. The screen, it's 5-inch 720p retinal multi-touch. It's got 294 pixel per inch density.
Okay.
So pretty cool stuff there. It's got a micro SD card slot for expansion. It's Android based. It's running the latest version of Jelly Bean.
Hey, we're talking about Android again.
We are. But what I'm the most excited about for this is it streams games from any Windows PC through Wi-Fi, including your Steam library.
There is a catch, though.
Yes, you have to have a GeForce GTX 650 card or higher. You got to have an Intel Core i5 or better, your processor. You got to have 4 gigs of system memory at least. Of course, you got to have the latest GeForce drivers. Windows 7 or 8, and then a 802.11 AGN router, which I'm not entirely sure.
It's probably a dual band. Dual band routers probably will run this thing.
Right.
Now, I'm a little worried if they don't mention that AMD chips don't support this. They should. I have a 6-core processor. You have a 4, don't you?
Yeah, I got a quad core.
Yeah. And i5, the i5s are pretty weak processors, honestly, compared to the i7. So
That's just minimum specs, though. I think if you have, it's just you have to have minimum the i5. So,
but they don't even mention AMD on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of worrisome. I doubt it's gonna matter.
AMD's pretty integrated with Nvidia, though, aren't they, with their cards? So.
For the most part, they're mostly with since it's an ATI company, Radeon. They work with an Nvidia. They work pretty well. I have a AMD and Nvidia setup. You do as well.
Yeah.
I know a few other people. Other people have some i7 and Nvidia, and it usually works pretty good. So
yeah,
we'll see how it runs.
I don't know. They've played well with each other. Pretty like for a long time. So I don't think it'd make a whole lot of sense if it didn't support AMD.
Right.
But there's no price as of yet, but they're planning to release it in the second quarter of this year. So looking forward to that.
Very close, man.
Yeah.
So.
I'm hoping
summertime.
I'm hoping it won't be any more than $250. But,
I'm hoping it's 200, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping for 200. But
I want to kind of elaborate on. We kind of just mentioned it streams PC games. They actually had a working demo apparently, and it actually streams your PC games directly to it and also onto your TV.
Right.
And so you're going to be able to game on your TV using freaking what's it called? Steam Big Picture.
Yeah.
And or Origin for Battlefield and Mass Effect and stuff like that. But Steam Big Picture is going to be playing a big part of this, Yeah. So.
Oh, and it's got the controller. It's it looks ridiculous, but it's I think it looks really cool though as well.
I just hope it's comfortable, honestly.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Mad Catz Xbox controller that you might buy at GameStop. But I don't know. I think it might work out pretty well.
Yeah.
That
Oh, we'll have to see.
yeah.
I'm definitely going to be hoping it's a reasonable price
yeah,
for what it
I'm
is.
definitely keeping an eye on it.
I'm mostly going to be using it for streaming my PC games if I do. If Valve actually might come out with some kind of PC streamer like this as well, so we might not have to worry about it, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
And besides all that, it's Android based, so of course you can run all the stuff that is on the Google Play Store, and
Right.
hypothetically, if you wanted to throw some emulators on there and run some Super Nintendo games, you probably could.
Definitely. I'm not saying do that,
But it's possible.
It is possible.
Uh,
All right, next up was actually Nvidia news as well. Why don't you go ahead, Chris?
Yeah, they've also announced the GRID system. It's a huge. It's for cloud streaming,
Mhm.
and it's for streaming across PCs, smartphones, and smart TVs as well. And they're partnering up with a whole bunch of different streaming sites, kind of like Gaikai and OnLive. I think they might be actually competing with those two directly, but yeah, it's ridiculous. They have with each rack, it has 20 GRID servers per rack, and then it's the power is 240 Nvidia GPUs worth, or 200 teraflops, which is about equal to 700 Xbox 360s. So a lot of power there.
And this is just going to be basically like online service where you can stream PC quality games
Right.
directly to your TV or entertainment system, whatever.
Right.
So
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something that you buy and put into your house, but no, it's for these streaming companies to kind of help with lowering the latency that you kind of get with streaming games and what have you.
I worry about it. I tried out a Gaikai and it worked pretty good, but since my internet's not the greatest out here, I don't get full 1080p quality.
Right.
And I worry that streaming games is going to cause, like, because a lot of cable companies actually they put caps on your internet.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about people doing this, and they're getting their internet's capped because of this. So it's still better, honestly, to have the hardware to play the games. But
Right.
I mean, having cloud-based stuff is actually a plus, especially if you get cloud and also to get to own your game as well.
Yeah.
So.
And I think this would be really cool with the smart TVs that you can do that sort of thing with without a console and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. So
very cool.
Something else to look forward to.
And there's no more information on that?
Not yet. There's not a whole lot of it just yet, but
and we're actually recording this a little bit earlier in the week, so there might be more information later on. So check our Facebook and stuff like that, and we'll be posting more information about Nvidia's Shield and also GRID.
Down for another tears review.
All right, so over the holidays, I picked it up actually after Christmas time because it's a little game called Little Inferno. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it, but what's it about?
It's about burning stuff.
Oh,
You get to burn stuff. That's the object of the game. Honestly, I'm not even lying. It's about burning stuff. The story is what little story there is. I picked it up actually on the Wii U. I got it for really cheap. I used some of my Wii U points. I got $5 from buying a full retail game on the eShop, whatever. So I picked it up for $5. It was on sale for $9, and it's originally I think 15 or something. So I picked it up. I was a little worried about it picking it up on the tablet because it was also on PC, but also I figured maybe the tablet might be better to control fire or something with a stylus. So I started it up and I was like, okay, what is this game about? And I come to find out the storyline is the whole world is engulfed in ice and it's really cold and it's just snowing all the time. So what this company wants you to do is burn stuff. Burn stuff to survive. And you have to purchase little toys and stuff like that, and you burn them in the fire. And basically, you're just watching it burn, seeing different effects, and each little item has crazy little things it does, like explodes or creates extra fire, different colors and stuff like that. And there's really no point other than burning stuff in the game, except when you have to unlock the next book. you have to start making combo burns, and each combo burns makes you actually get the stamp of a title, such as like you have to combine a what was one? It was a pirate and a this little tricycle, and it was like I got some stamp that a pirate on a tricycle, and he did some crazy things. He started riding it while it was burning and screaming. It was crazy. There's really weird stuff that you get to do, but it's by the makers of World of Goo. I don't know if you've ever played that.
Yeah, I have.
So it's the same kind of art style, same kind of dark humor. It is rated T for teen. If any of you guys didn't know what that rating system was, no. But it's very dark. It's very dark, and I let my 3-year-old in the room watch me play it, and she kind of got a little crazy. She's like, "You burned that, Daddy!" I'm like, "Okay, we're not playing this right now." But it's kind of it's kiddie, but it's not. It's kind of that dark humor, and basically you just go through the game and you get these little letters from this little girl saying, "What are you burning?" And you have to send her little gifts by I'll explain the money system. When you burn stuff, you get money, and that money you use to buy new items. And sometimes you'll get notes of people saying, "Well, send me this," and you send it to them, and then they'll send you something back, and you get to burn it, and you get more money and stuff like that. And that's pretty much the game. You got to do combos and everything like that. And when you get finally to the end, I don't want to spoil it, but the ending is completely different after you kind of finish it. After you get to the ending, you kind of have to save up for this ultimate item, and I'll leave it at that. Leave your imagination, so if you want to play it. And something big happens after that. It's really cool, though. It's hard not to ruin the game because I want to tell everybody how it ended. But it was just awesome. It was a very unique experience, and a lot of people were saying I can't consider this a game, but I call bull crap on that. It is a game to the end. It's an indie game. It's made by 3 guys that made World of Goo. Same 3 guys that made that. And honestly, if I wouldn't have played it, I think in 2013 and beat it, in 2013, I probably would have put it on my list of my top favorite games of the year. It was just fun because you get to burn stuff, and it is also on Mac and PC and Wii U. I don't think they have any plans of bringing it to PS3 or Xbox anytime soon, but cool little indie game. Check it out. Little Inferno. Check it out on Steam. I do recommend the Wii U version if you have a Wii U because the tablet is just perfect for it. Your stylus is your little fire starter, and there you go.
Cool stuff.
TES News.
All right, on TES News today, we got a lot of cool topics, mostly a lot of tech topics, but here's a little bit of gaming /tech. Is Valve, and as I talked about this earlier, Valve announced that we're going to be getting their little Steambox or their Valve system this year, and it's going to be coming out. I don't really have a date. There's supposed to be more information in the next couple of weeks, I guess, with the hardware specs and everything like that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be running off Linux. That's the main thing that they wanted people to know, that it's running off of Linux. So that kind of was a no-brainer since last year. Steam actually announced that Linux was going to be supported by some Valve games and some indie games. So
yeah, it doesn't really come as a big surprise from Gabe Newell last year, pretty much putting Windows 8 on blast completely and saying it was a catastrophe for gaming, and so it makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
The USB 3.0 promoter group just announced the development of the Superspeed USB enhancement.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna make it a lot faster transferring things through USB. It's got a 10 gig per second USB data rate.
I'm wondering if it's going to be faster than Thunderbolt for is it Thunderbolt? I think it's on Mac, and then they're coming out with a extender on PC apparently. So
yeah,
supposed to be one of the fastest things. So USB 3.0 is already really fast. I have it on my computer. I think you do too as well.
No, I think I'm still running USB 2.
2.0.
So
Yeah. Cool stuff on that. LG announced a truly cinematic 100-inch laser TV projector. And it's supposed to be coming out later this year. I think I don't think they have a price right now, but it's supposed to be ridiculous. I want it, but I don't think I have a 100-inch wall that I can put it on. So
I've always been kind of wary about projectors. I guess it just depends on if you have the wall space or if you have like a screen that you can put up. But I don't know.
Well, this is like this is a laser TV, but you do also have to make sure you have the right kind of wall. Some people paint their walls differently for getting it the best, look to it, or have a sheet up or something, or a actual movie theater sheet. So it actually would be kind of cool for if you have a big house and you want to do a real movie theater experience in it.
Yeah,
so.
Rich people.
Rich people.
Well, there's a bit of an update for DayZ, the standalone version. They're still working on it, but they're saying it's probably not going to be ready for a little while.
Yeah, it was supposed to be ready at the end of 2012, and I guess things kind of got messed up. And I'm glad they're taking their time on it, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather they take their time with it and put it out when it's done, unlike some other similar zombie games. And
I'm just going to say the War Z. I'm not going to be nice. They're trying to get their crap together, but DayZ, I'm looking forward to a standalone version, but I'm also a little scared of if they're going to do exactly the same crap that the War Z did. So,
yeah, hopefully it'll turn out pretty well. But, pretty soon they're supposed to be doing a closed test for it. And then, later on they'll do a release date for the public release. Speaking of DayZ, the Arma 2 developers that are, in jail over in Greece, even though they're
still in jail?
Yeah. They're still there, and they probably aren't going to have a trial for a few months at least. So kind of sucks for them, definitely. But it's not stopping them from making games. Yeah, the guy's just basically been sending letters to the devs with input for the map development. So cool
Game
stuff.
development in jail.
Yep. That's dedication. So recently they announced that that Japan has stopped production on PS2s completely.
What?
Yeah.
What? I don't even know what to say about that.
Well,
that is just. Oh wait, I don't care.
Well, if that bothers you, then you might want to sit down for this, because it's not just Japan, completely worldwide. PS2s are done being made.
Oh my god! How am I gonna play Final Fantasy X?
Well, you can buy the HD when it comes out.
I still have a PS2. I don't care.
Yeah, I sold mine because basically all the games that I was still holding on to it for are coming out with HD versions on PS3. So
I would do that, but I can't really sell it anyway. I won't get anything. But Meg has, or my wife has, all the Suikoden games on it, and they're not going to HD remaster those games. So
yeah, it's kind of surprising. You'd think Konami's been coming out with all kinds of HD releases.
Yeah,
so.
But the people that actually worked on Suikoden actually disbanded completely. Yeah, they're no more. They're all working all over Japan. They're not making another Suikoden game. The last one that they made was on DS. With 3DS was it? Yeah.
But a couple little fun facts on the PS2. Since 2000, when it launched, there's been over 150 million units sold. Pretty impressive numbers. Total game titles, they have 10,828 games for PS2. And they sold total 1.2 or 1.52 billion games sold.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Definitely part of those sales.
Definitely the most successful console ever, I think.
It was one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fond memories of all the RPGs, all the good RPGs on there. So
yeah, not to mention the whole backlog of PS1 games you can play on it. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but speaking of PlayStation, there's another PlayStation Plus update. Mega Man 9 and 10 have just been added for the Instant Game Collection, so those are free. The recent winners pack for NCAA football 2013
Woo!
Yeah, we love our sports games. And Euphoria, not sure what that's
yeah.
about, but
That's actually a good game.
is it? Have you played it?
Yeah, Baron, one of our friends, had it, I believe, and it was a very weird indie game experience. So.
Cool stuff. Well, it's just went down to 50% off, so it's $250 now.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Well, since I don't actually know when this show is going to be released, I will still do my weekend plans for this week. Probably going to be playing a lot of video games. Going to try to beat Hitman Absolution. I can't even say that. And I think I'm going to still finish up the Batman Arkham City DLC.
Yeah, you still got the Harley Quinn story to do.
Oh, and then I'm just going to play mass quantities of Far Cry 3 because it is awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty tempted to get it too during the sale, but I bought the first two, I think, during the summer sale, and I want to play those first, even though they don't really tie together at all.
Yeah, they don't really tie in, but play the first one at least. The second one was decent at most. So.
Yeah, I've heard it was okay, but not as good as the first one.
Yeah, the third one's just awesome. I got mauled by a tiger today, actually. I jumped in a river trying to cross it, and a crocodile ate me. I didn't expect any of this stuff, so I really did do the little man scream jump. My wife's sitting next to me, like, "What the hell is your problem?" But it's a fun game. Far Cry 3 is awesome. It really is. I can see it can probably get a little repetitive, but the storyline's interesting enough to keep it going, I guess. So
yeah, it seems pretty fun. I think the co-op is supposed to be.
You do a lot of drugs in it.
Yeah,
yeah. You do a lot of. There's like co-op, but yeah, this game is laced with drugs. Like your character's like on freaking meth nonstop, I guess. Now you meet up with this really crazy drug addict hippie guy, and he takes care of your friends, whatever. But he's like, "Here, why don't you try these pills?" And when you try them, you do this weird trip. It's really crazy. But it's interesting.
Yeah, I think I saw like a little bit of that during the E3 conference when they were showing it off. There was the whole drug trip scene that they showed off, and
the mushroom scene. Yeah, that was
yeah.
awesome. I actually just did that. It was pretty cool. Now, what do you got planned for this end of the week?
Pretty much the same thing. I'm chipping away at my game list. I'm working on Doom 3 right now, so I'm at the end of that. I bought the BFG edition during the holiday sale. So after I beat that, I'm probably going to get started on Alan Wake because I bought those two games during the sale.
You still got the expansion, right?
I do have the expansion, but I'm worried about the main core game. Even though I beat it years ago on the Xbox and PC, but I want to beat this, and then I'll probably do the expansion later because I'm pretty excited to get started on Alan Wake.
Right on. Alan Wake's a great game. I played it on Xbox when it first came out. I still haven't beat it on PC, and I'm mostly aiming to beat the DLC since I didn't get to play those.
Yeah.
So, but actually, I kind of take back what I'm going to do this weekend. I am going to game, but my childhood friend from since I met him in 5th grade, he's actually going to be in town, or not town. He's actually flying up to come see me. So we're probably going to be chilling, going to see The Hobbit or whatever.
Nerd.
Probably gonna go to a few places and game or whatever. But maybe I don't think it will happen. But maybe we can do a podcast next week or something, a quick one or something with him if it's possible. It may not be possible, but we'll see.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be pretty decent. But that's all gonna go on. I'm just gonna play games and OD them for a while. I got a lot to beat, so
yeah, I got a bit of a system going on. I'm beating like the shorter games first, like a lot of the first person shooters and like the arcade games, like the Ninja game I played a little bit ago.
Try not to play too many first person shooters in a row; you'll get burnt out.
But yeah, I'm saving the longer ones. Like I think you got like 20 hours out of Dishonored. Or something like that.
14. I got 14 out of Dishonored.
Yeah, I'm saving the longer games like that for after I've beaten the shorter ones. So,
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of our show. You can follow me on Twitter, mbufftes.
I'm at cstewtes.
And we actually been using those recently.
Yeah, I just recently gave away a copy of Dota 2. And I actually have another 5 copies to give away. So
Really?
yeah, I do.
I already hooked up all our friends. So
Yeah.
any of our friends listening to this, you have one. You're welcome. You can follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, and also you can join our Steam group. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and if you have any rants, comments, or questions, please email me at techearthsyndicate@gmail.com. And again, that is techearthsyndicate@gmail.com. Until next time, this is Technical Earth Syndicate signing off.